Alright guys, here we are to talk about Season 2, Episode 13 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise.
It's the highlight of the episode too. Cordelia, surprise, jumps out. I was like, that's what you want.
Surprise! Pretty good. So the episode starts off in a dream, which is very obvious, like from the jump. It's one of those ones where you walk through one room and now you're somewhere else.
Yes, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I like that.
Like in a dream.
If they didn't do that, you could have been like, wait a minute, is Drusilla in her house? How'd she get in her house? Magical things? I don't know.
I know, that might have been like a nice moment of drama, but...
They did dash that very quickly.
Very quickly.
And the dream got more dreamy as it went, where you're like, okay,
there's a monkey.
The monkey, which I think is like the same monkey from Friends or something, like some famous monkey. Maybe not Friends, maybe Outbreak. I've seen that monkey before.
My first thought was, turned into a monkey. Oh my god.
Well, as you mentioned, monkey. The thing that Willow says in the dream is French for the hippo stole your pants, I believe.
Oh, that's a callback to all monkeys are French or whatever.
All monkeys are French. And I think he says they think the other animals are jealous because the monkey has pants.
Why is he the only one who gets to wear pants?
Exactly.
Bastard.
So the dream ends with Drusilla staking Angel.
Dusting.
After Joyce drops a plate and says, do you think you're ready?
Do you really think you're ready, Buffy? What?
Which is cool because that sets up later how this is a prophetic dream.
Yeah, these are premonitions.
And you got the
as
stuff
you might
like,
expect.
Okay.
Yep, vampires are real. A lot of them live in Sunnydale. We'll fill you in.
This episode is kind of rushed and kind of weird. There's a lot of revelatory stuff that we can get into. I realized I like, of all the relationships and all the different stuff happening, I might hate Buffy and Angel the most.
I mean, what kind of a future would she have really had with them?
Which is weird, actually, and I never thought to mention it before because I'm always like, yes, they're smashing over here. They're smashing over here. Giles high-fiving over here. Yeah, get some. And then I just never really talked about Buffy and Angel. But they're like hyper making out in this episode. It's all like, I'm going to miss you. Oh my God, here's a cloud ring, all this stuff. I'm like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate both of you. I hate you together. Get out of here.
I don't know if it's like the age difference that originally is what spawned my like, this is weird, but I never really liked them together that much. Like they're both great actors, so like I believe the relationship and whatnot. But once they're like are separated, like like Angel has his own show, Buffy's own show, I'm like, all right, I like that a little bit more. I think they're strong characters on their own, almost too strong when they're on their own.
Angel. What? You have to do it. You're the only one that can protect this thing.
And the strength is like, dampened when they're together.
Yeah.
No, like, I don't know if it was just in my head because we've talked about it and it's obvious, but when she first runs over to him to be like, are you okay? I had a bad dream. And he's like shirtless in his fly apartment with like the modern weird architecture and just looks like he's 10 years older than her. And I'm like, I don't like this at all. And I was defending this before and I'm like, the hell is this? She's just like, is it okay? And he's just like, come on in. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm like,
his apartment is shockingly modern for something that's like in an alley. You're like, what even is this? It's like the back room of a bodega or something, and there's like windows. You're like, why are there windows? You're a fucking vampire.
It's like a fly-ass apartment that like a hacker would have in like a movie. I don't think it fits him at all. He's supposed to be so old that he should like old things. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll explain it at some point why this is his like style, but so far it just feels really weird and out of place.
No, it's striking because you're also like, what is paying for this? Because you're now in a commercial area of town, so like you're not squatting, especially with what this thing looks like. Did you just fix up a random dilapidated building?
There's power,
don't think so.
Everything. Like it's totally. He's not like the Beauty and the Beast where I live in the sewer and like here's the thing I do. It's like no, this is like just a nice loft or whatever it is.
Yeah, that Buffy sits on the bed all wet. I'm like, come on, bitch. He's like, dry off and get under the covers for warmth. And she's like, all right, and just sits down. And I was like, that's such a faux pas.
He's going to be like, bitch, I said change and then get in the bed. What it's 2 steps. How do you screw that up? And just freaks out. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, but he's busy like, it doesn't matter.
He's like, whatever's happening, it's fine. So like I made a thing last time where I'm like, I don't think that they've had sex yet. I think everyone else is having sex and they're not. And then now they've had sex, but it appears to have driven Angel crazy.
Well, the opening of the episode is them saying how like oh, you think you're ready? Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Like, and I'm like, okay.
I have to see you at bedtime?
That is the confirmation that yes, indeed, they had not done anything yet.
Right,
They've just been, making out, heavy petting type of things. And then here, we've got the ending of sex.
Yeah, I'm very confused with what happens. They have sex. He wakes up in the middle of the night, not for a glass of water, not to pee, to run outside suddenly fully clothed and screaming in the rain.
Strangest part about it is that he is like, I don't know if he's naked, but he's like, at the very most, he's in like boxers and socks maybe.
And a coat.
No. I mean, when he's in the house.
Yeah, in bed, he's like naked.
And then he's like, and he bursts out into the rain, fully dressed in his I'm Angel outfit.
His long, cool
Buffy!
coat. And
I'm like, he just
shoes.
Left Buffy to go outside to scream Buffy.
I didn't catch if he had shoes on, but imagine he wakes up, oh, I'm tortured. Grabs his coat, put on, lacing up the shoes.
He is 100% fully dressed.
Getting all the way dressed, better not wake Buffy, runs outside, oh, help me, starts screaming. It's so funny. It was so weird, and I have no idea what's going on. This is like a cliffhanger ending. Yeah. My theory is, which is probably wrong, he says to Buffy, don't touch him!
Don't touch him!
To like the judge, who we have not mentioned yet, but she does. And then she says like, oh, I'm like hurt, and he's like, oh, it's already closing.
It's already closed.
And I'm like, okay, so she touched the judge, something has happened, and then through coitus, it has somehow done something negative to Angel or something like that.
All right.
Or he's like, I really have to skip town, now I've got what I want. I'm not sure what's motivating him. But it's one of the
God, do you know how brutal that would be if this is all put on?
All a ruse.
He's somehow not even a vampire. He's just a creepy guy.
He's
not 242 years old.
No.
He's just a dude who's like,
yes.
I could sucker him with the old 242-year-old tortured vampire trick.
He's like, Slayer, let me check I know how to get her over with this.
That would be worth it, honestly. That would be.
I'd love that. That's a good move.
I would love that. Well, you know why? And that's obviously we're talking shit here, but it's not so out of the realm of possibility for something goofy like that to happen because Miss Calendar's a double fucking agent.
Okay.
Which you find out in this episode.
Much, yes.
She is part of the tribe of gypsies that originally cursed. Yeah.
The dude from is it Ghost or something? He's a character actor. Shows up.
Jenny Calendar.
He's in some guy's all this director's movies, and I can't remember who it is.
Okay. But he shows up doing this weird. His face is melting. He's a famous character actor.
Yes.
Looks like a candle of a wizard that you burned halfway a day. He's like whatever. But he's huge and he's like, I'm talking like an accent and your village has been destroyed. It's this crap. I'm like, what is happening? And she's like, I know. But this whole time, okay. I said I don't remember this person on the show, so she must die. Something must happen. Well, she knows rituals, so she's like, "Oh, the portal's closing. No, we have to. You go." She has to do some dumb thing or whatever.
Okay.
And no, it turns out she's like a double agent. She's someone who's like whatever. So now I'm just like, oh, now I know what's gonna happen. So now because she was already possessed. That was opportunity one to die, right? Now we are gonna get that stupid. I'm having second thoughts. The portal's closing, or the ritual's not working. Running in, jumping in front of Giles. Maybe doing some stupid thing like that, right? But as she's dying, it's like, oh, but so this whole time it was all fake.
Not our love.
And she's like, not all of it. And then it turns into a skeleton or something. I'm like, oh, I hate this so much. This is so bad. This is so bad. I hate all of this so much. Where this whole time, because now I'm like, oh, so Giles has nothing going on. The Ripper is not ripping here. He's she's just doing this to get close to the group and get information to indirectly torture Angel and do a horrible job apparently at it. This is so convoluted. I hate everything about this. I feel like they were like, the actress still wants to leave the show. She had second thoughts about dying from being possessed.
I believe I read something about this whole plot arc with her being a double agent was not originally intended. It was added in to just be able to reiterate and explain more things about Angel and stuff.
Okay, so this is the pathway to, because he slaughtered our entire village and stuff.
Yeah.
He destroyed the most beloved daughter of your tribe. That he killed every man, woman, and child that touched her life?
Yeah, but like for the whole episode now you have to be suspicious of her. She's like, I'll give you a ride. And you're like, no, don't do it. And then like nothing happens.
I think that's effective.
Yes.
Because again, yes, it's there to
Yes.
keep you guessing. And imagine this with commercial breaks. You'd be like, wait, what is that?
Wait,
Is she working with the vampires? How did she know? Because like
Yes.
they happen to be right outside where they're going,
Right.
to steal this thing or
Like
ship it or whatever.
she
they're
lured
doing.
them here, right? Exactly, right.
No, Buffy, maybe you shouldn't.
Sorry. Sacred duty, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, are we going to the Bronze? Oh, I don't know. He just gave me an address.
Yeah. And she says something like, "Oh, Giles told me this," and you're just like, and it's like, "Oh, that's weird." And she's like, "No, it's not. Follow me, bitch." Like it's this weird scene, and you're like, "Okay," but then yes, apparently nothing happens.
It
blah,
is
blah,
strange and again, it's only because it's the plot of this particular episode that they do. Because like she would not be your first choice as to who would be there to get her there. Like that's odd. But I guess also who's the least one you'd suspect? I guess her.
Yeah, but it feels between the like. It feels like they had to ramp all these things up just in time. Like this is the first time we really see Spike and Drusilla again, right?
You dead set on this bet. Wouldn't you rather have your party in Vienna?
But the invitations are sent.
This is the first time we see them again. Yeah.
So this is
because this is the payoff where you're like, oh, he is in a wheelchair. Like,
I know, I'm so happy. He's in a wheelchair, and he's like, give us a kiss, love, and she's dancing around. So like now I love Drusilla, right? I think you were like remembering her now when she's cool, back when she sucked.
I still like the flavor of what she was before.
Yes.
But you have Drusilla having this like a vampire ball, like a banquet dinner type of thing with all these flowers and bullshit is set up around there, making their burned out loft look all like fancy and eloquent.
But it's like a Deacon Frost music, and it's like playing weird dark whatever like modern music and stuff. And she's dressed in like normal clothes now.
Yeah.
She wants to blow out the candles. I was like, this bitch is crazy. I'm in love. This is awesome.
Make a wish.
What?
I'm going to blow out the candles.
Before I was like, I'm tired, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, get out of here, bitch.
It's a bit strange that the whole not understanding exactly how vampires work and then never really explaining what injuries and things do, because it doesn't seem like ever people get injuries that last, but like Spike's face is like burned.
Yeah.
He's crippled, and you're like, okay, how long does it take? Shouldn't you be able to like feed and just be like, hey, I got spine juices, I'm healed.
Hey. Spine juices. No, like you would think, like bloodbath, or like, well, now we gotta do a ritual for you, or there's some explanation.
And she didn't walk away injured at all. You're like, okay, there's no marks.
Right, and the explanation is just like, well, like, no, is there any explanation? Like, there's no reference to like, once I'm strong again, he's just wheeling around, being like, this is life.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make it. I don't know, because I'm not sure what's happening.
Because it would be cool, like, if, like, you saw progressively, like, everything just, like, slowly healing on him. Like, even if, like, because I feel like it shouldn't be, like, episode to episode, like, things healing a little bit. It should be, like, okay, during the episode, I look back on that scene and I could see it's moved like an inch.
Right.
Because, but again, it's already been days. If that was going to happen, he would have already been healed, unless he was so brutalized. It's very strange.
But that should only happen if like they are damaged by some like
magic or
silver holy magic, some sort of special, what's it called, like aggraved damage, like this damage does not heal at the same rate as other damage. Or something.
I did look up what originally fucked up Drew, and now I can't remember it 100%, but it was, I think, like a clergyman or some like priest, like warrior dude had her strapped to some like chair of like holy water and crosses or something, and like broke her or some shit like that. It's in the comics. It's not ever explained in the TV show.
Expanded universe. Yes, that's better than like an angry mob, though, right? Yeah. Because unless the mob is like the historical.
I think the mob is what got her imprisoned so that he could do that.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Like the history books aren't going to say, oh, and she was a vampire and we tortured her with crosses. It's like, no. That's like, that's only in like a Giles book.
That's interesting. This one though has some problems where like. So they don't know that Buffy, they don't know that Drusilla and Spike are alive. They don't know it's her birthday. Well, some people do.
Happy birthday, Buffy! Happy birthday.
You still haven't told me what you wanted for your birthday. Buffy, I feel a pre-birthday spanking coming on.
They don't know that they're alive, and she has a dream, and she's like, I think that Drew's alive. And she's like, we never found a body.
What if Drusilla is alive? We never saw her body.
What do you mean you never found a body? Are there any, aside from the master, did any vampires ever leave any proof they're dead?
No.
No. It was a fire. All the soot would be like, oh, there he is. He's a little bit over there. He's a little over here. There he is. I love that. I don't just how his face got burned at all and not the whole thing. It like was just cheek exposed from rock and it just surface area burned.
We can't think about this stuff. No, it's
frustrating.
Great. Yes. I thought you were gonna say you have problems with the judge.
No. Well, the judge, I like how he looks. This won them like an award.
The judge is the same guy.
It's Luke from the first 2 episodes.
He's Luke from season 1.
Yeah,
he's the alien bounty hunter, something Thompson, whatever.
Brian Thompson?
He's Moon 44. He's the alien bounty hunter. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he has such a specific face that even through makeup, you're
I
know who you are.
And then you start talking. I'm like, what? That's illegal. You can't have the same guy on the show twice. It's 2 different dudes and makeup.
I think across Angel and Buffy, a couple people repeat characters because they're demons or this or whatever, and certain people have just unique structures or face or voices. Yeah. They're slimy and they can do things.
There's like a type of actor. I never learned their names for more than like 5 minutes or whatever. I didn't learn this guy's name. But like half their roles are like weird. Like he barely talks and he wears a suit and does weird stuff. Yeah. And then he has weird makeup on. Like those, I like that type of character actor. It's like you need somebody to like fall down the stairs wearing a weird rubber mask. I'm your man. And like
and he's a large, muscular, chiseled jaw dude with an interesting voice. He's perfect.
It would be reductive to say like stuntman plus, but there's certain like avenue where it's like, you know, they're not just a random actor. They're doing like they have a specialized role, and I'm a huge fan of that. So
the judge is interesting. The judge kills off.
I was like, that one, he reads. Bring him to me.
Oh my god, that made me laugh.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh yeah, he has emotion. He reads.
He's a reader.
He's a reader.
Bring him to me.
Oh, he's like the wife from that Twilight Zone episode. Ah, you reader.
He's a reader.
Burns the humanity out of him and kills him.
This one is full of feeling. He reads. Bring him to me.
I like that because he's this old school demon where like knowledge is power, knowledge is bad, right? Oh, he's one of them reader types. Get him over here. And takes care of him.
It's so cool.
I dig it.
You know, he's not at full power yet, or else he would have been able to destroy Buffy. And
I thought they call it out, where he's like, I thought you could just zap people.
What's with the bringing? I thought you could just zap people.
My full strength will return in time.
And he's like, I am recovering from my thing.
Yeah.
When they assemble the boxes like Legos, and I'm like, wait, is his like neck stump sticking out of the bottom of one of the boxes? Like, how does it go? It's magic, I know, but it's still hilarious to me that they have to like click them together, like the thing in the Fifth Element or something, and make a thing. And
well, I picture it's a thing where like that was a coffin, and like they put him in there, and it went.
Yeah.
Even though how they describe it is an army attacked him, and they managed to cleave off his body parts or whatever.
But that's amazing
which is cool too.
Where it's like, oh, he's like unkillable, so we cut him into pieces and scattered the pieces, right? That reminds me of like Lex and certain other sci-fi things.
But to me, like when his hand chokes Buffy, so it is aware of what's around it.
Oh yeah, he's completely conscious the whole time apparently.
Which is also terrifying, where like his head is just somewhere like, hello, change the channel.
This sucks.
What are you doing?
Yes.
I think that's great. I do like this judge character. I like anyone who's blue.
Oh.
Generally, the blue characters are more fun. We don't get a lot of Buffy blue characters.
Weird.
Oh yeah.
Literally weird for you to say that, but yes.
It is weird.
Like I'm blue. Noted.
I do. There's something about it because like with the color palette of this show, the blue characters look extra creepy, and that's awesome.
Interesting.
You get the same thing of like really dark gray and like whitish people, like and white past human, like white where it's like, oh, we're painting on latex here.
No,
like it gives them a cool color. When things are the lighter, like the oranges, reds, they look worse under this color palette.
Right.
But you do have those characters come through.
This is a cool color temperature.
It is.
Show,
Yes.
Yes. Like the little face huggers were purple, right?
Yeah.
We have blues and everything. Agree. Good times.
Absolutely. You ready to get down, you funky party weasel?
So Oz, for the first time, is exposed to the supernatural world here, and he handles it beautifully.
Could not have more effectively used Seth Green, I think, here and his talents or whatever.
It was so good.
I was like, now I'm like, okay, I no longer hate you for stealing Willow from me. Fine, whatever.
And you can't think of a better proper induction to the Scoobies. You're like, okay, and like they just off the cuff tell them like, vampires are real, and that Willow will fill you in, fuck it, and just like walks away.
No, like the delay is awesome because Buffy, kind of like scans the room and goes, it's fine. Yeah, no, I mean I saw him outside, and starts like divulging all this important information, and then he's like, did anybody see that guy turn to dust just there? Like,
Hey, did everybody see that guy just turn to dust?
was like, what the fuck? And then they have to be, and then Xander's like, okay, buddy, fucking vampires are real. Shut up, it's fine.
I like that they didn't try to even lie.
And then he says, like, actually, that explains a lot.
I know it's hard to accept at first.
Actually, it explains a lot.
And that's his like cutaway where you're like, it's hilarious because he was just like, because he's like some sort of savant moron, like awesome dude.
Yeah.
His like approach to like monkeys wearing pants and being French, I was like, okay, if anyone could take it that way, because he needed a lot less like getting used to it time than anyone we've seen so far. Right?
Well, because you gotta think, people are dying constantly. People go missing constantly. This town is full of unexplainable things. Oh yes, vampires. Okay. Oh, everything's real.
He's like,
that makes sense.
He's like, oh, thank God. Yeah, because he's out there playing gigs and doing weird stuff. He probably sees weird things.
Sure.
Who knows? And he's like, hey.
Yeah, we established that he's a senior.
I know.
So he's at least a year older than them. And that
More
was almost
pedophilia.
It was almost a problem for Willow. And then I think it's funny because it pokes the bear here with my boyfriend's like 220.
She says it. She's like, he's at a bicentennial. Go get it, girl.
You think he's too old because he's a senior? Please, my boyfriend had a bicentennial.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just supposed to be like, all right, fine, perfect.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too, that she needs that coaxing after giving Buffy the advice of, like, Carpe Diem, which Buffy gave to her in, like, the first episode.
Yeah.
But didn't appear to understand what it even meant in this episode.
They have a cyclical relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, seize the ham, and it's like, no, bitch. I don't know what she
Seize the
said.
fish?
Yeah, something.
Fish of the day?
Oh, carp, like it's a fish or something. I loved Oz and Willow's conversation. Thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm thinking about asking you out. I'm kind of nervous about it. And she's like, if it helps any, I'm going to say yes. And he goes, that's good. No, that's good. Take some of the pressure. Like, and then it's like,
when
it's
she
so
says,
smooth.
I can't.
It's so good.
And he goes, like curveball.
Okay. You're unpredictable. I like that too. He just rolls with it. I'm like, and like, that's to me the perfect example of that exchange is like, everyone's like, oh, you idiots. You like Tarantino. You like Kevin Smith. You like Joss Whedon. People don't talk that way. You're being lied to. You're whatever. No, people don't talk that way. They should. This is better than how people talk.
And I'm kind of nervous about it, actually. It's interesting.
Oh, well, if it helps at all, I'm gonna say yes.
No,
this is awesome.
And that just speaks to how much chemistry these two characters have. Because they've known each other since they were like 10 or 11, I want to say. What? They were in My Stepmother's an Alien.
Not these characters, these actors.
These actors,
Oh, yeah, shit.
So like having that rapport off screen, I think is what enables those like ad-libs about the monkeys and the bullshit and stuff like that. Because like this is them, I can just talk to you. I know you'll roll with this because you're cool. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, it helps. It creates a comfort zone. Do you want to go out with me tomorrow night?
Oh, I can't.
And that's great.
There you go. I did not know that about them.
Oh yeah, he took her to the dance, I want to say, in that movie. Yeah. So like they've been going out for fucking 20 years at this point.
It's a natural fit. Okay, it was meant to be, I guess. I'm over it. It's fine.
I know.
Then prove it.
You never had a chance, Lee.
I know, right? Because I'd have to go back in time and beyond the show. Neither of those things are going to happen.
Probably not.
One's impossible and the other involves time travel. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Oh, that's the other side.
A true creature of evil can survive the process no human ever has.
What's the problem? We send Cordy to fight this guy and we go for pizza.
Angel proves he's from Ireland, or at least Irish in ancestry because of the rings he hands out to Buffy.
He says, my people.
My people. Before I was changed, they exchanged this as a sign of devotion.
This is a custom that my people have. Like, it's like Chakotay from Voyager.
Yeah.
My people have it's a cloud ring. What the fuck? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
They're pretty common now, I guess. Whatever. Maybe
know.
he started
Mine
it.
is for a different
trend.
time.
I have no idea.
Yes, right, exactly.
But like that whole business at the dock is interesting because he's potentially about to leave forever. Who's to say? Because how long do you think that boat takes, and then where's he actually going? Because even once the boat lands, if it's a slow boat to China or Mongolia, I want to say it was heading, wherever he's going, I'm like, okay, you can stay in the hold that whole time. But then once you go, you can only travel at night, and then it's stay somewhere during the day, and so on and so forth. And
no, it's horrible. It's a horrible plan, and it makes no sense. It's rushed and weird, and because we have a problem. Unlike every other problem, which involves like reading and doing stuff, this problem, even though the world was going to end last season, this problem is like, I need to literally take a slow boat to China and leave forever. It's crazy.
And like, I don't know, like just halfway to China, just like I've been at sea for 48 days, throw it overboard.
Yeah.
Attached to a weight. I'm pretty sure it's safe for like quite some time.
There you go.
And like maybe someone will find it, but if you don't even know where you were, just set an alarm and then wait in the hold for like, oh, how long has it been? I don't know, I lost track of time. Could have been 4 days, could have been 2, could have been
and
throw it overboard.
And you're like, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was weird.
Well, but that's like I hate stuff like this because like we're not actually trying to solve the problem.
Yeah.
We just have like a fake problem just as an excuse to add this. Oh, Miss Calendar seems to be like, yeah, man, you should go, and he's like, I should go. That makes total sense. I'm like, this doesn't make sense at all. Why are we doing this all of a sudden?
I forget if it's established that Angel we've seen an Angel car yet. I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
And Miss Calendar's the one that said, I'll take you to the docks.
I'll drive you to the docks.
So I was wondering, I was like, is she in the car waiting while this attack is going down? Did she just literally drop them off? How did they leave from there if she did leave? But they get attacked. That's where they get the judge's arm back. And Buffy gets knocked into the water for potential drowning part 2. And Angel immediately jumps in. My first thought when she gets thrown into the water is like, she'll probably be fine. She can swim. She's a Slayer. But you let the arm go, and that'll end the whole world. But then like she is like unconscious. It seems like on the water, not breathing. But it just gets glossed over.
Oh no! At that point, I was already like, this is fake. This is part of the episode doesn't count. Get to the end of the episode. Yes.
Yeah. Something redeeming for the Angel thing is that he did have the tattoo on his shoulder today.
Yes, I noticed that.
And he had it in the last episode. He was shirtless too. So maybe it's a memory. I'm sure it's not in at least something because I know I've seen his back plain.
Since you brought it up, I've been watching or like wanting to catch that continuity miss.
Yeah, maybe it's in the Angel show itself and not in the maybe Buffy does do a good job of keeping it through, but I had no memory of it. But I was very very happy to see it. I was like, good guy, makeup artist who is applying this tattoo. I almost thought it wasn't there in the one where his hand gets stabbed in the church, but it is there. It seems like it's a little over maybe from where it was the first time.
They just threw it in there.
It's still there.
Like,
it is there.
Don't put it where the stuff's gonna happen or something like that. No, but you just hit it. I think that's why he couldn't have been shirtless out with the water because it would have just washed away his tattoo.
That would be funny if it was that much thought.
That was great. No, it was not. No, it was not at all.
I love Cordelia saying, "Is anyone going to cut the cake?" Or
right,
anyone wants
cake?
Like, I'd like some cake.
Is anybody else gonna have cake?
I made the dip. I'm a fucking chef.
I like so. We get a nice, like, there's not much else, but there's, like, the Xander and Zandelia, whatever we're calling it, right? And I like how they cut.
I liked Cordeander.
Oh, Cordeander. I like how they do, like, a match cut between, like, hey, so maybe we could just do it as a date, and then it cuts to them like, so we should like date, and she's like, ew, no. What do you mean? No one can ever know about my shame.
Because you win in this situation. You're with me. I'm with you. You're a closet boy. I don't take you out. I love her process of what involves dating.
What's a date? Yeah.
It's like, what does he say? It's spending money.
It's not a date until the man spends money.
Spend money, and grope, and then it's a relationship.
Groping in a broom closet isn't dating. You don't call it a date until the guy spends money.
Fine, I'll spend, then we'll grope, whatever.
Well, he counters like, fine, we'll do all the things. I'll hit it. Just let's go and like, let's like have like a coming out. I was like, we are a couple, and she's like, fuck that, absolutely not. And I'm like, oh shit, damn, like my boy.
I like it and I understand it.
It's an interesting situation. I like that the characters don't just get amnesia and like get over everything magically. That we have dialogue to address these things and they go forward. I also love the contrast between like, hey, I've been making googly eyes at you, it's a date, and this other thing of like, oh my god, they're like literally fucking, and they're like, it's not a date though. We're not dating.
Yeah.
No, this does not count. And he's like, come on. And it's like, no.
Well, of course you want to tell everybody. You have nothing to be ashamed of. I, on the other hand, have everything to be ashamed of.
I like when they're in the library and they're like, okay, so we're going to cancel the party because, and Giles is like, no, like, there will be a party. Yes. I love that, like, because this is the opposite of what you think Giles would be all about. Like, you think he'd be like, tightening his tie and be like, we have to hit the books and read and da da da. And he's like, no, it's very important. It's her 17th birthday. She's worked very hard. She needs a birthday party.
Yes.
Surprise party at the Bronze.
No, you won't. We're having a party tonight.
Looks like Mr. Caution Man, but the sound he makes is funny.
Buffy's surprise party will go ahead as we plan.
No, I think it's like a I don't know what to call it, but it's like growth for Giles.
Yeah.
From being like the by the book, bitch, like do the thing, and now he's kind of like, nope. I mean, yes, they're in danger. They were in danger yesterday. They'll be in danger tomorrow. Let's do this. And I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah, you get him at the Bronze. It was like Giles never goes clubbing. Like he's almost never there.
Sure.
it's under a handful, I want to say, of times.
It's a private party, though, right? Like,
Yes,
yeah,
there's not even a bartender there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's not.
It doesn't make any sense, but yes, it's fine.
Good. Okay.
And this is one of the ones where I will say that the people that say Xander's kind of a dick are a little right.
Oh, what do you do?
He's a little dickish about his joy about how, oh no, Angel's gone, fuck it, they can never be together anyway. He goes, and that's when I'll swoop in and get her.
You thought way too much about this.
No, that's just the beginning. Have I told you the part where I fly into town in my private jet and take Buffy out for prime rib?
Xander.
Because he's not dating Cordelia, but he wants to be dating Cordelia, but he's still thinking about how he'll be a rich guy who will swoop in with prime rib. And I'm like, okay, man. No, I defend you a lot. Let's reel it in a little.
I agree. That does make it different. And plus, he's saying it to Willow. And I think other people are like there, right?
Yeah,
it's like
Giles was there.
He this is clearly something that he's just like tone deaf on or something.
Well, it's funny because in front of everybody except for Buffy, he'll say how much he likes Buffy. In front of everyone except for Xander, Willow will say how much she likes Xander.
Yes.
And I like the comfort level that it doesn't matter who's around. I can tell my true intentions here, and that's fun. Also in the library, they're all studying late in the night to do the round robin thing. I call my mom stovetop, whatever.
I like that's what I call this, is the stovetop.
And Buffy falls asleep, and I like the. She's asleep.
Let her sleep.
Oh yeah, she hasn't been sleeping well. She's tossing and turning all night. Everyone looks at Angel like, whoa.
She hasn't been sleeping well, tossing and turning. She told me because of her dreams.
And he's like, she told me.
He's like, she told me, God, after we fucked. And you're like, what?
You bastards.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's wonderful.
That's great. But the best part of the episode, I will say, for me, is when they've caught Angel, they've caught Buffy. The judge is there. There's a group of vampires, and Angel's like, no. It's like, stop, don't hurt her. Oh, don't kill me instead. And Spike laying it on the line with what everyone is always thinking in every one of these scenes, where it's like, you don't make demands, you don't make offers. Oh, you have money? That means I have money. You have this? Everything is yours. I'm in charge. You don't know how it works. And he just breaks it down so perfectly.
He says there's no instead, there's just first and second.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, yes, exactly.
You're not clear on the concept, pal. There is no instead. Just first and second.
And even at that power play, swinging dick, I'm the boss, while in a wheelchair, I love it.
Oh, like his confidence was not.
His confidence has not been diminished at all.
Exactly.
Even though he really can't back it up, but he does have the biggest junkyard dog in town, the judge, right there.
Unlike Drusilla. Oh,
well,
no.
Drusilla also a pretty boss-like bitch.
She's a rabid dog, yeah.
But he's still in control and swinging this party.
Yeah.
I love how they can just get henchmen.
Oh,
just
I thought
out of nowhere.
Part of this felt like Mickey Mouse stuff, though, when they're up on the rafters and they spot the judge, and then they go, "Uh-oh, we better get out of here." And then it cuts wide, and there's just two vampires that go and clap him right there.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here.
All right, that's hilarious.
A little convenient, but
funny stuff.
Ultimately, fantastic.
We get to where we gotta go. Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, surprise party.
All right, guys, that's everything about this episode. Watch us next week for Season 2, Episode 14. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you then.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.